Hello and welcome back to Sky Creative. This is Narpas and we are going to attempt to take on the SSN once again. After a long grind session, here's hoping I'm finally ready to take the SSN on. Shall we go upstairs and see who is willing to fight us? That's refreshing. It's nice that I'm able to take out a few guys. And until I can get Seraphina a Thunderstone, she's kind of stuck the way she is, so she has to be a bit stronger. Now, I have a couple new guys in the back of my party that are not going to be leveled up to where the other ones are. At the end of my grinding, I decided to catch a few guys simply to bulk up my Pokedex a little bit. So that way, I can get some of the Professor Oak's aids gifts. Still have a little ways to go on all sorts of on catching those things, but you know, we'll get there. What is a Stardust gonna do me? That's okay. I'll tell you what though, that grinding session, that was a handful, and I'm still working on it. So yes, as of recording this, I have not finished editing all the grinding videos together. I ran into several issues with it. Now, I spent much of last week recording videos for it, and was able to, and it turns out I actually grinded for 3 hours 40 minutes. So that could be a 3-hour 40-minute video that's entirely silent, as I had no commentary on it. I didn't set up my speaker so I could record the sounds. But I ran into some issues with my editing software, or more rather, the issues ended up being the way my phone records, or the app on my phone records. I haven't really gone into it, I just basically uploaded the videos to YouTube. As it turns out, video files are much larger than they ought to be. I mean, for a 15-minute clip, my videos tend to be 1.5 to 2 gigabytes large. That's far larger than it ought to be. In fact, whole movies can be 2 gigabytes and be HD at that rate. My biggest issue, however, was not the size of the files, it was more the frame rate of the file. Now there are standard frame rates. You have 12, which is a really low frame rate, 24, which is film, what you go see in the theater, is usually 24 frames per second. You have the PAL version, which is Europe, at 25 frames per second, and the US, which is at 30 frames per second. That's TV. And, well, it's not really 30 frames, it's 29.97, which is really odd to think about. But that being the case, the files that this phone is producing are not set on any standard frame rate. Now the app is set at 30 frames per second. Each individual video is giving me a random number of frames per second. Many of them are 33.3586 or something in that ballpark, which is a very, very odd frame rate to have. And so to render those videos in my editor would kind of, it's weird, my editor would actually play the render the videos, but when I go to play it, I get absolutely nothing. I get nothing from the editor. And if I were to actually export the video from the project, I would most likely get absolutely nothing from it. And I tried to do all the editing and then rendering and then seeing if it would just work. But really it didn't. Not in the way I wanted. So my best option turned out to be re-encoding all the files. I think I've got everyone on deck, so it really is just head to the captain. And we'll see if we can do a little bit better this time than the last time. There he is. The scary thing is, when I re-encoded all the files, instead of being 2 gigabytes large, it was 95 megabytes, and there's no discernible quality drop. and it kind of shocked me. The new file size was 4% the file size of the original. Yeah, that's all sorts of weird. So yeah, I edited or re-encoded all them down to a much smaller file size. And threw them on the timeline, no rendering required. And I'm in the process of selecting points to slow the time or speed of the film or video down. To get a little variation difference rather than just being a blur of 3 hours, 40 minutes shoved down into like 5 minutes. That would be just a bit too much. So I am in the process of editing, and then I've gone back in to find out what the settings are for my capture app. And the thing is, it was set to 30 frames per second. It had automatic set for the bit rate and set at 720p. I keep the 720p, that's not an issue. I dropped the 30 frames per second to 25 as it's easier to work with. And I don't know what automatic sets the bit rate to, but I suspect that's the biggest offender in why I have such big file sizes. On these videos. So what I did was, instead of auto, I set it at 2.5 megabytes per second. Well, there we go. I got cut. Poor Primate took the brunt of it. Here, let's heal up. So, hopefully, I'll have smaller file sizes to work with. That way, I'm less strained for how long my videos can go for. I don't have to constantly watch and see if I'm getting close. On my storage limit, as that it's really annoying to watch out for that. So yeah, instead of perhaps 30 gigabytes for all the videos I needed to use to record my little grinding session. But I compressed all those videos and they're down to 2 gigabytes. Pretty much the size of one of those videos. That's really annoying. Because I like the moves that my Sand Slash has. Oh good, I have 16. So many times when I've played through this, I don't end up grabbing Flash until much later, and you need it next to go through Dark Tunnel. And so usually I just bang off the walls. Not ideal. Hey, sharp beak isn't bad. Yep, bulking up my Pokedex some more. Good idea. Alright, I'm gonna knock this off. I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for here. Just trying to bulk up the decks a little bit more, as it's proved useful already. But I'm gonna head back the way I came. There we go. Make it a little easier to go through the tunnel if I actually go into the tunnel. Now, most of these are level 18 to 20 Diglett, and you can come into this area. You're like level 15 or so. I mean, right after you beat the Cerulean Gym, you can get in here. The absolutely terrifying part is that you can run into Dugtrio that are level 30. And they are fast, and they will wipe you out if you aren't ready for them. It's absolutely terrifying, and you basically just kind of take it as you get it. Alright, if Cut is too strong for you, let's try Fury Cutter. Oh, nice. Should probably go get some more Pokeballs. Well, hey, there we go. A Dugtrio, level 13. might as well. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's get out of there. I've been on that route enough. You can watch that in a grinding session. It looks like there's a bunch of people out. It's always fun. I'm not even sure I want to know what that is. Let's head back this way. Oops. Something like that. And here we are. I am on to the next route. I think I'm going to stop it here. Alright. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.